He is. Ready?
Like dead arm.
Sleep. Relax your body all the way down, Vaughn. Way down. Look at that. Her arm is like like a rubber band. There's like no bone in her body. Isn't that cool? That is awesome to me.
All right, welcome back to the Woody Show, everybody.
Hey.
All right, so we have an in-studio guest, as we told you. His name is Kevin Stone. Please welcome Kevin to the show.
Wow.
Hi, Kevin. So, okay, so hypnotist.com is the website. Kevin is a master hypnotist, a board-certified hypnotherapist. What board? What do you, like, is there like...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's our organized board who deems us worthy of doing what we do. And it's, of course, a hierarchy of hypnosis. And when you get all your studies in and all your practice...
Yeah,
and then
I have a lot of questions, as you can tell. I think can you tell that just by the way I'm looking at you as you're talking about this board?
I can tell a lot of things the moment I walked in the room.
Oh yeah. Like what, for example?
Read the room.
Nervousness, excitement.
Oh yeah. Curiosity.
Yeah.
Horniness.
Yeah. Did you sense any? Did you sense any horniness?
I didn't sense that one.
No. So board
That's a little out of
certified
my league.
hypnotherapist. Kevin is recognized as the #1 global expert and authority on hypnosis.
Wow. What an introduction.
Yeah, you claim to be the most requested hypnotist in the world.
I don't make any claims. I just know what I do.
Okay.
And I do it well.
Who calls you in? Like, so is this a full-time job, or do you like
oh no, this is
because you look like you work at the pro pro shop or whatever.
At the golf course.
Yeah, you're like the country club, and if someone needs some hypnosis, like, hey guys, I'll be back.
I need to shave 5 strokes off my game. Hypnotize me into being a better putter.
Yeah.
So I didn't know there was a certain look that had to be a hypnotist, but there is a stereotypical. I get it because of the cartoons, comics,
tuxedo, and top
dark
hat
with a goatee,
crystal balls.
So is this a full-time occupation for you that can make a living?
Oh, this is
hypnosis?
what I do. Yeah, I've been doing this for 30 years.
Wow. Okay, so how does it work? Like, you get a call and it's from like who's your average customer?
Anyone, global. See, I'm global. So I'm known as the Hollywood hypnotist. I treat a lot of celebrities, major sports figures, do a lot of sports teams, that type of thing. But I treat the average Joe, just anyone who wants to call, who wants to work on their lives to help themselves, whatever it is they want to change in their lives. I'm the guy to call. I'm the guy that's going to make it happen.
Okay, and then what? Do you go to them? They come to you? Are you like in a strip mall like the chiropractor is?
No.
Or no, like how does it work? Like, do you go to their house and like because you need like a certain we're going to hypnotize some people here today.
Yeah, I know, I love it.
And but there was like a certain environment that needed to be set up.
It could be right here. We could do it right here if we really wanted to. But
okay.
to make it more effective and for what we're doing today, we set up a room where we're going to do the official hypnosis because we can't do it on air. Because if we do it on air, people start to go into hypnosis, and then
crash cars.
By the way,
it's not safe.
Sammy did have a question because Sammy, what are you getting hypnotized for? Like, what do you
for stress and my back pain?
For stress and back, you could do hypnosis works for like pain.
Absolutely.
Like, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I thought it was like cluck like a chicken kind of stuff, or like I've heard about like the stop smoking thing.
Stop smoking is very
well. The
popular.
general things of what again the stereotypical. Again, I walked in. People expect to see a certain look and all of this kind of thing that comes and the stigma that comes with being a hypnotist. Right? It's not those things. It really isn't.
But. So, like, what are the most popular things, though? Like, the things that people like smoking, I would assume?
Well, I started my career right here in the Valley with smoking and weight. And that turned into what is now, I'm known for pain management, addictions, just about anything you can really want to change.
The addiction thing would make sense. Like, I'm not, by the way, I don't know if you could tell or not, I'm not necessarily a believer in hypnosis. Like, you know,
I knew
like
that right away.
Well, I'm super skeptical.
Is that offensive?
As a person. Yeah, is that offensive? I'm not trying to.
Cynical written on the front of his forehead.
Right. Yeah.
But is that offensive when people say I'm super skeptical?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Because look, I was on the other side of the fence too. Look, I grew up in New England and a really religious family, Catholic. And so when I decided to go to school for this, which is the only accredited college right here in the Valley, I went to school for this because I was in between jobs. And so I decided every time I'm in between jobs, I go back to academia to learn something because that's what my mind is. I didn't really believe in this either. And I grew up in an environment where this stuff is, work of the demon, it's taboo, it's all of those things that I've been hearing for 30 years, and I'm gonna continue to hear them.
Because I'm honestly, I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not.
No, I don't think you are at all.
I'm just super skeptical. But like, and I can understand like when you talk about like stop smoking or, whatever that would be. I can understand like a hypnosis would work on something like that. But how do you explain to people that you could take care of like a pain management thing like Sammy's back? Like how would hypnosis help that?
Who's to say I haven't already done it?
I don't know. I'm just asking. Don't answer a question with a question.
But, I mean, if you went to
how does that work?
well, I mean, Howard Stern has even said that his back pain, it was all in his head, and he worked with, I think, maybe a hypnotist or somebody.
Yeah, absolutely.
That helped him like reprogram his brain.
All in his mind.
And then it went away.
I mean, I hope it's
right.
true.
So here's here's the basic thing without getting too boring, because I know this is radio. We want to keep it lively and exciting and fun, right? So real quick, there's 3 parts to your mind: conscious mind, subconscious mind, and a critical factor, right?
Okay.
Bottom part is the subconscious mind, 88% of your brain's capacity. That's basically your storage filing system of all information.
Greg's is broken.
Right.
Is that like where your memory, right? Like he's got a horrible memory.
Horrible memory.
We'll fix that.
Okay.
Yeah, because again, in this filing cabinet, and what's important to know and understand is all behavior is learned behavior. Everything. And we've even traced it back into birth and all of this. So
that I can understand. I can believe that.
Yeah. So basically what ends up happening is you learn these behaviors. The mind does not think for itself. It has to be programmed, just like a computer system. So once it's programmed, either positive behavior and negative behavior, let's say like weight or smoking, like the general stuff, right, or pain, it signals the brain to tell that's what it needs to do, just like your computer, right? So my job as the hypnotist is basically get into the subconscious mind with your permission. Again, I can't hypnotize anyone who doesn't want to be hypnotized, or I can't make you go rob a bank and all this foolishness that you see on TV and in the movie.
The cluck like a chicken stuff. So are you saying that's foolish? Like that's not real hypnosis?
If you want to cluck like a chicken, sure, go ahead. I mean,
I know, but like when people go, I'm gonna snap my fingers and you're gonna walk around cluck like a chicken.
Forget
like
the
that's
number 7.
Yeah, because I think maybe that's where people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's where people start getting like, get out of here. You know, I
Well,
understand like what you're saying about being able to kind of like, you're kind of, it's almost like a hard reset. Like when they say like a power cycle on a modem or whatever. Like, have you tried unplugging it and then letting it recycle, and then all of a sudden things start working better the way they're supposed to? Because you're talking about a program, and you kind of wipe out that whatever, so you can reprogram to watch what you eat or not to smoke.
I love that definition.
Is that
awesome.
So? Is that kind of what you're saying? It's not to cluck like a
that's
chicken.
The basic. No, you could. I mean, I do. Look, there's 2 sides to me. There's an entertainment side, and then there's the medical side, the board-certified, all of the great introduction. So on the stage side, which we've all seen comedy hypnosis shows, right? Yeah, we do. I don't do the cluck like a chicken thing. My objective, and the reason, even the reason I'm here today, is to again promote the positivity of a natural organic state called hypnosis.
Okay.
Right. And actually, everybody in this room, especially you, Woody, is actually a hypnotist. You don't even know it. You're a natural hypnotist.
Hell yeah.
That's intriguing.
Now I've piqued your interest. Right.
Yeah, tell me more.
Somebody, I once heard that. Have you ever? I bet everybody has. You've driven home. Let's say it's a half-hour drive, and by the time you get home, you realize, I don't really remember driving home.
Yeah.
They say that's kind of hypnosis.
Exactly. Truckers call it white line fever. Again, you're driving along, and some people are probably doing it now. You just missed your exit. It was 3 exits back somewhere.
Right.
Well, that's because the show's so
hypnosis.
fascinating.
Right.
They're just so caught up.
Yeah, they're so glued to what we're
Radio hypnotized.
See, and that's where my hypnosis powers come in.
You and everyone in this room who does this show daily, you are actually hypnotizing people daily. What are you doing? You're having people come back and listen to the program. You're having them attached to the program. You're suggesting certain things to them. The commercialism on this program, they start buying the products. That's all environmental hypnosis. It's the same thing as the metaphor, an example you gave of the car.
Right.
Of you driving along, you miss your exit.
You just kind of forget.
Yeah. Reading a good book, watching a good movie, right?
So you're not necessarily is it tricking yourself? Like, are you trying to trick your own brain? Like by telling yourself certain things, or
that's the little voice.
Mantra, or like because meditation works a lot like that, right? Like where you try to get yourself into a
deeper state.
Right. Praying, meditation, all of that. These are all cousins of what I believe and what I promote is, of course, the hierarchy, which is hypnosis. Because again, all hypnosis is really self-hypnosis. And we go in and out of it about 1,000 times a day. It's our natural state. It really is. Why not harness that natural organic power to improve your life the way you want it to be? Right?
Okay.
So it's hard to wrap your mind around that because, again, we are all brought up to be cynic and skeptic, and we have that little BS meter inside of our head.
I never got that, yeah. I must have missed that part somehow. That just didn't.
Sure.
And it's that little voice. There's a little voice inside of our head that we're programming ourselves every day. How many people woke up today, looked in the mirror, and said, I'm having a bad hair day? Okay, you already started.
That would be an eye.
You already started your day off with a negative.
Yeah.
You see, so that's the programming and the negative scripting that continues inside your mind throughout your entire day and without you even realizing or knowing.
Okay,
so why not? Yeah, go ahead.
So Greg, you want to what's the objective here for you?
Well, we were told we could keep it super vague, so just be better. And then one of them was giving up vaping.
All right, so stop vaping.
Yeah.
Right. So when I'm trying to understand like how this will work. So like when you for Greg, for example, stop vaping.
Yeah.
You're gonna what? Just try to get him to chill, like just kind of like clear his mind,
calm down,
whatever, and then are you like kind of like barking code at him, kind of thing? Like I've only seen the stuff that's like on stage, like you talk about the stage hypnosis stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how are like you're saying you won't vape anymore? You'll hate vaping. Vaping is poison. Vaping is like
Wow.
Are you?
Well, that's aversion therapy. That's a different type. Again, it really depends. I'll have a little chat with Greg and decide which direction I'm going to go. But look, hypnosis is done with words. Again, this is what you do every day. You use your voice to earn a living, right? So it's all hypnosis what you're really doing. So why not harness that power? There's natural hypnotists and there's people who learn how to do this. I learned how to do this, not knowing that I was doing it.
So do you have to be a person who's able to meditate? Like, do you have to be able to be a person who can even clear your mind?
No.
There was a guy, he worked here in the building. He was so big on meditation, Vic.
Yeah.
Vic the Brick.
Yep.
And he was like, Woody, you just like for 10 seconds, just clear your mind, clear your mind. And all I could think about in that 10 seconds is, has it been 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Like I really tried. I really tried to like, has it been 10 seconds? That's all I could think of. And I couldn't truly clear my mind.
Yeah,
so
I had that issue because I've done this before with another radio show with a group of people, and it just, nothing happened for me because I don't feel like I could clear my mind. It's always going in 1,000 different directions at once.
Right.
Is it because you were paying attention to everybody else's stuff instead of your own stuff?
Or, I don't know. I just couldn't relax and get into the groove, I guess. With everybody else.
Well, here's the thing. With men, because we're trained in our society and in our culture that we're macho, we don't want to lose control.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
High five.
And so we
yeah.
So it's prohibitive sometimes with men because they just won't allow it. Just like you would. I knew as soon as I walked in the room, you were my cynic, my skeptic, that guy who has lots of questions. You're an analytical. So you overanalyze things. You also overanalyze your things out of situations you should just leave yourself in, but you don't. And then you regret it later. You overthink it again. This is your process, right? And this is your protective layer. Yeah. Right? It's a defense mechanism. It's fine.
He turned down a thriesome with a couple of hot chicks for just that reason.
Couple.
Well, there you go.
Overthought it.
There's a perfect example.
Such an idiot.
I do this? Well,
and now he's shamed in front of all men worldwide.
Biggest regret of my life.
True story.
Coolest pool party ever.
In your mind.
Yeah.
Idiot. So that's basically, I already know how it's going in. Now, this gentleman, what's your name?
Greg.
Oh, you're Greg. So Greg already is willing, wanting. And so, again, I have no powers. I have no magic. I'm not going to sprinkle any voodoo dust on people. And you're going to walk.
No drugs?
Not one?
Oh. Not a one. But you're going to feel like you're on drugs.
Yeah. Well, Sammy was worried that she shouldn't drive home.
Yeah, can I drive home after this, or what's the deal?
That's the comment.
You definitely can. It's definitely going to work on her.
Yeah.
Even I know that. Even I know that's a dumb question.
Right.
Hey,
I don't know if I
There's
should
no
drive.
dumb questions.
her mind is clear.
Yes, there are. There are dumb questions.
The only
For
dumb
example.
questions are the
Listen,
dumb ones.
Listen, I didn't.
That's it.
No, I'm
Yeah.
So listen, this is what I do daily. So to me, there is no dumb questions
Yeah.
because I hear the same questions, the same concerns, the same thought processes. This is standard in my industry of what I do. It's like if you went to go see that chiropractor, he's going to hear the same questions.
Yep.
You know, it's the same. You guys are a radio host. It's the same thing. You go out, somebody realizes who you are, you're going to get the same questions.
Well, Kevin Stone is here. He is our guest. He is a master hypnotist, a board-certified hypnotherapist, recognized the #1 global expert and authority on hypnosis.
Yeah.
The website is hypnotist.com. Spell that, Menace. Go ahead, try it out. Hypnotist.com.
HIP.
No.
Okay, we'll be here all day.
HYPNOTIST.
It's the easiest website in the world.
Yeah, and also
No, it actually isn't because even and I've owned that since the beginning of time, right?
Yeah.
Beginning of websites,
The internet,
and all of
yeah.
that, right? Because people go, well, how'd you
was a good
score
get.
that?
Yeah,
Well, that's
exactly.
that's going to be my retirement account.
Oh, okay.
which I sell, so.
yeah, but on Instagram you can find him at Hollywood Hypnotist Kevin Stone.
Yeah.
And then what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take a break, and then what we're gonna come back with is going to be this is something that that takes what 30 minutes, you said?
It could take 2 minutes. As a matter of fact, I've already done it. I've already started. The process has already begun.
Okay.
And so we're just going to go into the formal process of it because there are people here.
There's a different room that everybody's going to go to now. And I was told it's going to take about 30 minutes. So what we're going to do here, in full disclosure for the audience, this is not in real time. We're going to come back. It's going to be a recorded reaction. So we're going to come back, and what you're going to hear next is going to be the recorded reaction from everybody and a little wrap up. Because I want you to have your time to do whatever you want without having to worry about how much time we got left here on the show.
I love that. Yeah.
Commercials and stuff like that.
I love it.
So before everybody goes in, Greg, you want to stop vaping.
Sure.
Menace, what's yours?
Stop being fat.
All right, so weight loss.
Yeah. Is there any way? Do you think you have enough power to do that?
Yeah. Weight
Make that
loss.
happen.
Sammy already heard the back pain and then just lower stress.
Yes.
All right. Morgan, you're going to do this too.
Yeah, so I put weight loss down to be, generic, but let me say I want to focus, if we can be more specific, on like eating disorders because that's something I struggle with.
Absolutely.
Is that
Like,
possible?
really?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look,
Actually,
here's
I don't like the
you're-
word struggle.
Because you're not heavy at all.
Right,
No,
I get that.
She's tall and skinny. I'm like,
I mean-
weight loss. It's
I
like when
mean-
Greg says he's fat. Like, what are you
Right.
talking about?
right.
But
The
I could be
truth.
better.
Yeah.
No.
Well, no, I
No.
mean, like eating disorders, that's a completely different thing.
No, but I'm glad you clarified that because
Yeah.
when she said weight loss, there was no way. But see, that's what people, when they call me, they always have something they tell you they want to change.
Mhm.
It's not really that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you were transparent with that
Thank
and
you.
really said it's an eating disorder and not a weight
Yeah,
loss.
great.
issue.
Menace, what's
Because-
your real reason?
Yeah.
No, menace is definitely weight loss.
Thank you.
I
Morgan,
feel
you
on
want to
that
go?
one, dog.
There's a
Grab
couple
some
of 5
knees.
pounds, 10 pounds right there.
And also Vaughn, our video producer, he's running the cameras right now, but I found out he's looking to be hypnotized for self-sabotage,
Where's Vaughn
generational
at?
family
Are you Vaughn?
patterns,
Oh, Vaughn, okay.
and achieving success. So, I mean, that
Okay.
that
All
seems
of
to be
this
the
is
heaviest of them.
absolutely positively capable of doing, right?
For
Listen,
a low price
here's
of, like, what do you charge for this service? Like if somebody called you and they wanted to,
It depends. It depends on the issue. There could be there's a treatment plan. It could be 1 to 6, like a smoking, right? I'll give you a smoking issue really
Okay.
quick. And this happened during a comedy stage hypnosis show at a corporate event, right? So basically, you might be familiar with the company. They have big smiles on their packages. You might get a package from them every day. I know I do, right? So the CEO of that company came up on stage, and like you, Woody, very skeptical, didn't want to come up, but his wife basically made him come up. She had just seen me on one of the television programs, so she knew it was going to happen. So he reluctantly came up to make her happy and didn't think he was going to last, right? Because if you've been in a comedy stage hypnosis show, like I think you said it, where it didn't work for you, and basically the hypnotist just dismissed you, right? So basically, he comes up. He was one of the funniest guys I've seen the entire, and I didn't know any of this, right? And I don't know anybody in this room either. Again, it's going to really depend on you. But the long story short is this. So he basically is on stage. He basically says, listen, give me the microphone. I want to talk to everybody. It's about 3,000 people. He says, listen, I didn't want to come up here. My wife forced me up here. That gets a big laugh. Everybody knows who's married. And basically, he said, I had the best time I ever had in my life. I feel absolutely amazing. This is what I was telling you about how at the end, don't worry about driving home. You're going to feel absolutely on top of the world and amazing.
You'll fly home.
Yeah. You'll float.
Yeah, you'll float right home.
Float home.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, he felt amazing, all of that, da-da-da. Basically, he reaches into his pocket. Now, this guy was a 40-year smoker, 2.5 packs a day.
Jeez.
Camel non-filters, one of those smokes you can do. Reaches into his pocket. He had like one cigarette gone, and he reaches out, crumbles them up, smashes them on the stage floor, declares to everybody he's a non-smoker after 40 years, 2.5 packs a day. I called him 6 weeks later, still a non-smoker. That happened during a stage hypnosis show where I actually do what we're going to do today. We're going to do the elongated version, but that was maybe a minute, 2-minute version.
Yeah.
And those are the kind of things that happen in my public performances or lectures, et cetera, where people get to change their lives as well. And this is why I do these things, to help people to help themselves.
We'll see about that, sir. We're going to find out next.
All right.
Because they're about to go into the other room. Kevin Stone is here.
Well, do you guys want to try something really quick before we get into the room
sure.
with everybody, with you too, Woody?
Yeah, sure.
Is that fair?
Have you already reprogrammed me?
Is he fixed?
Again.
Am I fixed?
What did you want to fix?
Is this fixed? I mean, where do you start? How much time you have? What's your largest package you offer?
So, like I said, as soon as I walked in the room, it already started. I've already been doing it since I've been sitting here. That's how simple it really is. But we're going to try something. This is how you can see. This is not actually hypnosis. I'm going to show you how your mind works and how the programming could work. Okay? Fair enough?
Yeah.
So again, all you have to be is open and willing. Is that everybody in the room? Say
Yes.
yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So everyone take your hands, put them up like this. Now, Woody, you'll give us a bit the play-by-play. Basically, we're putting our hands up in the air because it's radio, so people can't
Almost
see
like
it.
you're holding a ball between your two hands.
So you're going to take your hands, put them together,
Now like a
and
little
fold them
pray.
down like you're in a pray position.
Praying.
You can do this too, Woody.
Hands crisscross, our fingers crisscross.
Put
Yeah.
them up like that so I can see them.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, good. Now take your two pointing fingers, put them up like that, about 1 inch apart.
Okay.
Awesome. Now don't look at me. Look directly down the center of your two fingers, everyone. Just focus and concentrate on my voice. You'll find it starting right now. Those two fingers will start to move in closer and closer together. As if there's two magnets on each finger, it'll continue to move in, pulling and tugging, tugging and pulling, closer, closer, closer. They're going to touch. When they do touch, you're going to reach the height of your suggestibility. Moving, tugging, tugging, pulling, pulling, tugging, tugging, closer, 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 closer. Good. Relax your fingers. Now, round of applause. How many people had their fingers touch? Round of applause. Now, keep clapping. The ones who didn't have their fingers touched, look at the ones clapping right now.
Okay, Ravi, Menace, Greg, Seabass.
Those are the intelligent people of this group.
Yeah, nice. Thank
Maybe
you.
I got distracted because it was always that tugging.
It was.
I was like,
weird.
geez.
Am I the only one getting a boner right now?
Jeez.
So listen, that is just straight suggestibility, right? That I just gave direct suggestion to allow it to work. Again, so if it came in and they did touch, you are allowing yourself to go through the process and have the experience. Again, I'm not a magician. I don't do magic. I'm not going to sprinkle voodoo dust.
Well, I
Nothing,
only,
Sammy?
No, because I only had my fingers touch at a certain point because you were still saying it, and I was kind of looking around, and other people were. So then I was like, "Oh, are we supposed to just do it ourselves?"
That's
And I
all
got
right,
confused.
Right, that's peer
All
pressure.
right. All right. I don't,
So
she
that's a
might
whole-
be a lost cause.
That's
All right, we'll
She's
find
gonna be
out.
clucking like a chicken.
All right, off to the room. Let's see if we can be hypnotized.
Right on.
Right.
Kevin Stone is here. More next on The Woody Show. Hang on.
Just allow yourself to go even deeper and relax yourself deeper into the hypnotic state. All the way down. Let it go. Good. Relax. Let it go, my friend. Good. All the way down. Good. Deeper and deeper. All the way down. There you go. Good. There you go, Sammy. Don't think so much. Just let it go. Good. Let it go. All the way down. Good. All the way down. Excellent. I'm going to count to 3. Look at me now. Remain in hypnosis. 1, 2, and 3. Eyes open, folks. Good. Sit up straight. Hi. Hi. Good for you. Look at that. Awesome. So I'm going to ask you a couple of quick questions. We'll go around the room. Again, there's no right, there's no wrong. It's about what your experience is and how you feel. So I'm going to start over here. What's your name?
Vaughn.
Vaughn. Get a dry mouth?
A little bit.
Yes, you do. That's an indicator of hypnosis where people start to have physiological changes in their body.
All right, welcome back, everybody.
Hey.
So this is an hour and a half later.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
From when we left before the break, we were with Kevin Stone. He is a master hypnotist, a board-certified hypnotherapist. He's recognized as the #1 global expert and authority on hypnosis. Hypnotist.com is the website. And all right, so how'd it go? We went, well, everybody, well, except for myself. I didn't know Ravy was doing it.
Yeah.
Was that a last-minute decision?
I went in because I thought it was going to be cool.
Oh, okay, but
Yeah.
but you weren't on my list of people who were participating. So what did you go in there to be hypnotized for?
To be focused better and filter out the noise.
Focus better and filter out the noise. Okay.
Yeah.
Distractions. Get rid of distractions.
So they went into another room here at the radio station, and somebody kind of like walked me through. Kevin, you want to start? Like, how does this begin? Like, everybody just like sits down or lays down? Like, how does this happen?
Yeah. It's basically we went to another room. We didn't have to. We could have done it right here in studio because it's the same, was basically the same structure.
Okay.
Yeah. They sat in a structure just like this in comfortable chairs, a soundproof roof. I didn't even know we went an hour and a half. So even I lost track of time. So you lose.
Were you hypnotized?
Absolutely. I'll tell you why. Because you lose track of time when you're in a hypnotic state. So for example, Greg, how long did you think you were in hypnosis?
Maybe half hour.
Okay.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Yeah. I said, you should say an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, we go in the room. It's just like going into my office in a hypnotherapy process where you're sitting down, you're getting as comfortable as possible. If you want to lay down, great. But in this case, we sat down.
Okay.
And we started the process. The hypnotic trance is that basic.
Okay. And thoughts? I'm curious to hear what everybody.
I think could we just go right into the setup? So you had us go through some like early stages before you got into the main thing.
Very good.
That the early stages stuff was trippy because there was a visual of, there was a cameraman in the studio.
Yeah.
And he had this like look into like the old school spinning thing.
The
Like
disc.
black
the
and white
hypno
swirl.
disc.
The
Oh,
hypno
okay.
disc. And he's like,
Oh.
look at the hypno disc and then look at the cameraman. And then the cameraman's head expanded into a
like
balloon.
So here we go. Focus, concentrate. 1, 2, and 3. Look at his nose.
It was
His
insane.
whole body started to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. And then he's like, okay.
You'll see something you didn't realize your mind could do. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Check it out.
Oh my god. Specific face.
Now, Greg, I said to look here. You were looking somewhere else, but that's okay.
Not I.
Oh, wait, I was.
You were.
And he didn't like suggest like look at his head or
Right, he
anything
didn't
like that.
say.
Didn't say anything. And then we
Right.
looked back at his head and then it starts shrinking down like almost like
Like a
Beetlejuice.
pinhead.
Oh.
Like a little tiny
Like a
head. But
shrunken
again,
head, yeah.
there was
Yeah.
no suggestion on like
What was gonna happen.
What was gonna
Okay.
happen at all.
Mhm.
And but what was crazy is it didn't start like deflating until you hit a certain number. So like when you were looking at the cameraman, his head was still deflated the whole time.
And what, you're counting, Kevin?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this wasn't the formal hypnosis. What we did was the formal hypnosis. But like I said to you earlier, Woody, when I walked in the studio, the moment I got into the building, I already started the process. That's called environmental hypnosis.
Okay.
So, like I said, we could have transitioned that right here in the room to exactly what was going on in the other room.
All
We
right.
just took it steps further because, number one, they were willing, they were wanting, and they wanted the experience. Take your arms, extend them out like this. Good. All I have to do now is close your eyes. Again, I'm not going to hypnotize you again. I'm showing you the power of your own mind, how the mind works, and how you are going to take yourself on this journey. So I want you to visualize, imagine, I want you to think. Use your mind, because that's what hypnosis is. You have to be intelligent to do this. You have to use your access of your intellect to allow it to work. So I want you to think about now that I've just placed on one of your hands, you decide a giant bowling ball. 1, you start to think about the ball. 2, you start to think about the color of the ball. It's your ball. 3, start to think about the weight of the ball. As you do, so does your hand. Becomes very heavy, heavy, heavy. The heavier that ball is in your mind, the heavier your hand becomes, dragging down into your lap. The more I speak, the heavier that ball gets, heavier, heavier, heavier. Now, on your other hand and wrist, because you're in full control, remember, I'm going to tie a long white string with a beautiful bouquet of balloons. Lots of helium in the balloons. There's about 2,000 balloons. You start to feel your hand lifting and rising into the sky, rising and lifting and rising higher and higher. Now, the other hand becoming heavier, heavier, heavier. The more you resist the weight of the ball, the heavier the ball gets, heavier, 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 heavier. The other hand lifting and rising, floating and rising, lifting and rising, higher, 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 higher. The more you think about it, the heavier the hand gets, heavier, 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 heavier. The other hand lighter, 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 lifting and rising, rising and lifting, higher, higher, higher. The other hand lighter, 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 lighter. Good. I want you to freeze. Don't move. Remember, there's no pass or fail. There's no better or worse. There's no good or bad. Open your eyes, see how well you've concentrated. Excellent. Very good. You can relax your hands, folks.
I was surprised at a couple things. Number one, not surprised that I feel like I was the one that wanted to most believe and relax, and I felt like I was resistant to it because I was way too conscious about how was I sitting? Was I doing it right? Was I doing everything right? Am I being polite? Am I being rude? Ravi and Vaughn, I think they were like on another planet.
All the way down. Let it go. Good. Relax. Let it go, my friend. Good. All the way down. Good.
Really?
Especially Vaughn.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Especially Vaughn at the very end.
Why? Like in what way?
Once you're still under hypnosis, Kevin does this thing where he's very casual and he'll kind of like, you know, pat you on the shoulder or shake your hand. And he shook Vaughn's hand. He's like, hey, good job, good job. And then he said, sleep. And Vaughn went all the way to the floor.
I just collapsed.
Really?
Yeah. Vaughn, you say?
Vaughn, yes.
Vaughn, good to see you, Vaughn. Just relax. Look at me. Ready? Sleep. Relax your body. Vaughn, all the way down. Let it go. Way down. Feeling good. Good. Now, Vaughn is completely aware, just like all of you are now.
Yeah. And I wasn't sure if you were aware you did that or...
I was aware, and it was like just so heavy. You know, like there was a point during the form of hypnosis that I was trying to open my eyes, but like it felt hard to open my eyes even. You know?
Yeah.
Like I knew I could, but it just wasn't happening. You know?
Honest question. He likes weed.
Yes.
Have you had any weed?
Oh yeah.
This morning?
Definitely, yeah.
And then Ravi seemed super serious. Like at one point, Kevin was saying, you did a great job. I thought you'd be resistant. And she just had this stare on her face.
Is it Ravi? Mm-hmm. Hi, Ravi. Good to see you. Look at me. Hi, Ravi. Good job. You've never done hypnosis before? No. You are so relaxed. It's so unbelievable. Look at that. Her arm is like like a rubber band. There's like no bone in her body. Isn't that cool? That is awesome to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, Greg's doing the play-by-play, exactly how it felt in the room. Now, Ravi, who I didn't have on my list either, was a surprise. But I can tell, just like when I came in the room, who my skeptics, cynics were and where you stood, right?
Sure,
Woody?
yeah.
Honestly, transparently. Ravi, who I thought, okay, this is going to be an interesting process with her because she's got a defense mechanism up.
Naturally.
Absolutely. Where I thought, okay, she's probably, out of all the group, she's the one who's just not going to accept what's happening here because she's got that defense. And that's her filter. And it's not a good or bad. It's not a positive or negative. That's just her personality, who she is.
Okay.
And it's wonderful. The deepest. What do you think about that, Greg?
I mean, it's pretty neat, but, you know, I'm wondering if, like, she hears stuff. And...
She hears everything.
Okay.
Yeah, just like you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's 3 stages to keep it simple. Heavy, light, medium. Okay? Greg was very medium light. So you're in that hypnotic state. So, Moses, if you want to zoom in on his eyes. And the reason we're doing that, because you'll see this later.
Okay.
Okay? So you can see how gloss his eyes are, right? And they're dilated. Okay, that tells me what level you're in. Okay, I would tell you if you're not in a hypnotic state, or if this didn't really work for you. I would honestly tell you that. She surprised me the most. And Vaughn, we're talking 3rd stage.
Wow,
yeah, big time.
Vaughn, way to
Both
go! What an overachiever.
Yeah,
and Ravi.
And Ravi. All right, so they were both 3. What about Sammy? Because she is the most, I think, apt to like like you don't even have to sell her on anything. I think she's just the most apt to just buy in immediately.
Well, I think that she has an
like
open
hypnosis.
mind and she's very open to whatever happens in life. She enjoys life and the journey. Hi, Sammy.
Hi.
How you feel?
Good.
Your body heavy like tingly? What do you feel?
Not really.
Okay.
I feel normal.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Zooming in her eyes as well. She wants to see that later. And everyone wants to see that because you'll understand what I'm talking about later.
Okay.
Because that's not natural. And this is what, again, you look like maybe when you wake up in the morning or when you get really tired late at night. This is what we start to look like. Our bodies become very lethargic, and they look like what you're looking like right now. Okay. It's not a normal state. And so whatever happens, she's ready for. She doesn't have a whole lot of defense mechanism up in front like we do, especially males. We have that defense mechanism, right? It's we can't be controlled. We're not going to allow this. This is how we're taught. But Sammy, she just enjoys the ride of life. Whatever's happening, she's in the moment.
Yeah. This is what I've told you too, though, and you just don't really believe me. Because I kind of let things happen as they happen, and even when it comes to like crying or something, right? I'll cry here in front of people and you guys will freak out and be like, she's so emotional. And I'm like, no, you just saw it because it happened right now.
Okay.
Whereas all you guys are kind of blocked off and maybe saving it for later or saving it for never.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of along with it while it happens.
I understand that part.
You don't feel like your body's heavy right now? What do you
No.
No, you don't. Oh, okay. Okay.
Is it?
We'll see later. we'll let the viewers be the judge. Good job. Here we go, Sammy. Just look at me. You ready?
Yep.
And eyes closed. Sleep. Relax. Let it go. All the way down. Sammy feeling good. Good. All of you go deeper and I'm feeling great.
I will say this. Physically, I feel different.
Yeah.
Totally. Like I feel like I've been physically massaged and I have a weird metallic taste in my mouth. Has anybody ever told you that?
Absolutely.
Like almost like a blood taste.
And what's that from? Like what would cause something like that?
Physiological reaction. Everyone responds differently to the process. So this is his particular process. Have I heard that before? Yes, absolutely. So it's normal. It's common.
Yeah. And I feel
like, do you feel
like a little looser, like heavier, but in a good way?
Yeah.
Like relaxed.
Right.
Do you feel like any differently toward you wanted to stop vaping?
Not yet.
How long does that take? Like you're supposed to just come out of the hypnosis and like all of a sudden you've lost your taste for bad food or vaping
it could be. It could be.
Yeah.
Like I
or is it like an edible and might take a minute to kick in kind of thing?
Yeah, and I'm going to keep thinking about it consciously.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the vaping now, Greg?
I mean, I'm still thinking about it, but I think with the he does this thing where you envision yourself in a movie theater and you look at your problem and make it minimize to zero. And I feel like that is a good exercise in the sense that I'm going to envision life without it, if that makes sense.
If that's what you did,
yeah,
that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, it was like disappearing.
Absolutely positive.
Like physically
so I gave
smaller.
them the choice of what they want to do with that issue. Either you take it away completely, go down to zero, or you just keep it at a manageable position.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Greg did because I haven't had that conversation with him. But we talked about this earlier in the initial interview about the smoker, right? That was a 30-second thing on a stage where the guy, 40 years, 2.5 packs a day. So this could be Greg. Is he going to think about it? Absolutely, positively. How long have you been vaping?
Oh, years.
And you probably started smoking when you were like 13 or 14.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. So this is a journey that he's been on. So the issue has been there for a long time. Can it go away immediately? Absolutely. But it's really up to him at this point. I gave him the tool.
Observationally, the people who seem to be most like, I don't want to say trance, but who seem to be most like
affected,
like almost like there's like a lethargic kind of
response,
ravey.
Because you see, you don't need to be in a deep, relaxed state like you're seeing or in a stage hypnosis show.
I feel
you look
like
kind of borderline angry. I don't know. Like,
I feel like I had like a 3-hour deep tissue massage. Like I'm that like
relaxed.
Ravy's you've got a
seriously
different.
Like I feel loopy.
What do they call that, Seabass? When someone has like is an aura. Like
right? Yeah. Exactly.
She's got like a different.
Well, it's not an angry aura.
No.
Because I feel great.
Your face looks angry. And then I would say like definitely Menace and Vaughn. That's the combination of Menace and Vaughn.
Yeah.
You said your body was what?
Normal.
Yeah. Normal bodies don't shake like this, Menace. But I don't want you to think too much. Okay. Just take a nice deep breath, Menace. Just look at me. You ready?
Yeah.
Sleep, eyes closed. Let it go, Menace. Let it go. Way down. Feeling good. That's right. Let it go. Way down. Awesome.
I think I had issues with the setup process because he wanted us to imagine and visualize things. And I don't know if I could, with the staircase thing, you're like, imagine like a beautiful staircase, right?
Yeah.
But my staircase was like all like messed up. It wasn't, and I kept on having like
linear
different stairs.
Yeah, different stairs, and
Yeah.
I couldn't focus. I couldn't like just stick to one.
I couldn't make up
visual.
my mind. I'm like, should it be wood? Should it be?
Yeah.
Like I'm
And
like
I just
thinking, like,
kept on-
Aesthetic- that's
and
so
then-
great.
I gotta
and
get
then
it right.
And then the stairs would totally disappear, like kind of like you're looking at a television,
Yeah, yeah.
and then the
Interesting.
signal's messed up.
Believe it
Yeah.
or not,
Yeah.
my stairs were at Hogwarts. And I was at
kidding.
Hogwarts, and I was feeling great.
I've gone through this process before, and you're right, Woody, because I was in the room with other people, and then you see them like in a deep state, and they're like just dead in the eyes, like.
I want to zoom in on her eyes, and we see that dilation. You'll see all this later, where the dilation's big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
when
just
you
looking forward.
Like when you walked in, when Ravy walked in, when Vaughn walked in, it all looked like you had just been woken up. Like literally, like you had just like getting like rattled out
That's
of bed.
kind of how I feel.
and then
I
you know
still feel.
we came back in the studio.
It
Right.
was super fun and relaxing. I
Yeah.
would recommend it.
All right, and then Sammy,
Yeah.
you're just like, is your back pain gone?
No.
Are you less stressed?
I mean, maybe it's less.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, less stress. Yeah, I was like laughing during the whole
You were
thing. Like I
laughing.
don't know. I couldn't stop, and I still kind of
Did you
can't
see her
stop.
laughing?
I don't
I
know
did.
why.
I didn't see that. at
Oh,
all.
I was laughing. I don't know.
Well, I wasn't
I
focused
guess
in on that because I
I'm
didn't hear it
lighter,
at
but
all.
Does
I
it-
don't
Really?
think I was as focused
Not at
as
all.
everyone else.
I was sitting
Does
right next
hypnosis
to her.
tickle? Like, is it like like?
It
Yeah,
could
can
be
you-
tingly,
can you laugh
heavy,
from it
light.
for some reason?
Everyone experiences something different in the physiological
I like-
response,
oh,
right?
cried
So
a little
Vaughn,
bit.
Vaughn, come over here for a
Really?
second.
Yeah.
Now everyone knows. Now, so I'm glad Woody.
Everybody knows
honestly,
that Vaughn's high. Okay, we've established that.
Yes, a little bit.
Oh, hi from
Little bit.
hypnosis. So Woody, I'm glad that you've made the observation for yourself because again, it's important. And I was explaining to everybody in the room that your skepticism and cynicism is good,
Okay.
right? But I was probably 100 times more than you when I first got into this and started this process. And so started realizing the natural organic effect of it and the power of it. Then I just went with it, just like our good friend right here, and
Sammy.
allowed the changes to take effect for me. And
Okay,
that's
and,
why.
and what are you showing me with Vaughn? Because I'm getting a little nervous.
So,
Looks like something might be going down over here.
why would you be nervous?
I don't know. You're kind of hovering over him. Like, yeah, like, all right, now watch as I cut his throat.
Nervousness would be. Oh, you're nervous for him, not for yourself.
Yeah, for him.
Because
yeah.
now he's under my command and my power.
This could be scary, but go
Well, it
ahead.
could
yeah.
be scary for you.
All right, what are we doing?
No, we're not doing anything. But I'm showing you that, and I explained to everybody in the room as well. Once you're hypnotized by a professional hypnotist, you're always hypnotized, right? So if I don't ever see any of you again for another 20 years and we meet each other at a supermarket somewhere and I notice you, I can take you right back into hypnosis. What was your name again? I'm sorry. Sleep. I feel what it is, Morgan. But I'm glad you're doing great. Good for you. People are now feeling great. That's how simple it is.
But could another hypnotist do the same thing?
No. Only if they're
okay.
suggestible to that particular hypnotist.
All right, Seabass, any questions? I mean,
Well,
you're...
he's about to do something with Vaughn, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which you guys missed in the other room.
Okay.
It's a simple thing. Take a nice deep breath, Vaughn, and release. Good. Look at me. Nice deep breath. You ready? Shake my hand, Vaughn. And this is basically what we did in the room. Now you
Okay.
see lethargic arm,
yeah,
right?
it's nice and relaxed.
Yeah, he is. Ready?
Like dead arm.
Sleep. Relax your body all the way down, Vaughn. Way down. Deeper now. Feeling good. Now he just went back into that state.
Get the F out of here.
He is currently slouched over.
That's
He
what
is.
he did in the other room.
This is exactly what they look like in the other room. You're going to see this. We videotaped the entire process.
Stop it.
And you'll see.
No, he was like that for like at least 15
Now, will he
yeah.
be,
Yeah.
if Woody like comes up and yells at him, will he become insane or something?
yeah.
Well, at this point, I can give him suggestions
Yeah.
to do certain things.
Okay.
And he will do them.
Like such as?
Get us pizza every day.
Who's your favorite female celebrity?
Kate Beckinsale.
Okay. He is Kate Beckinsale. He sounds like Kate, looks like Kate, everything is Kate. And you want to get close to Kate.
Oh.
Matter of fact, the closer you get to Kate, the better you're going to feel.
Great.
However, Vaughn, Kate has the worst breath ever. Terrible breath. You're going to try and get close to her, but that breath is just going to keep you away. Do you understand? Nod your head, yes? Good. I'm going to count to 3, Vaughn. Get up out of your seat. As soon as you open your eyes, the most amazing thing is right in front of you. You're going to want to go over there.
Can I show him my cans?
You can do whatever you
Okay.
need. 1, 2, 3, eyes open, Vaughn. Hi, Vaughn. Hi. What's up?
What are you thinking?
Something you need to do? Go ahead. Go ahead.
What?
I don't know. I don't think that one worked.
Woo!
Yeah.
Lucky you.
Sorry.
You must.
It was a real SOS there for a second, guys. You know what I'm saying?
Kidding.
Sleep like your body.
Yeah.
Let it go. You must be afraid of his paycheck or something. You must have the power.
All right.
Deeper
Well,
now.
Kevin, this is really interesting. I'm curious to see how everybody feels, over the next
I
few
am
days.
too, and I've encouraged everyone to at least contact me because I always like to know what's going on. Now, this particular program, we did more of a serious kind of a side of the medical hypnotherapy. We're going to go in a direction of having more fun. We couldn't figure out what we were doing, but we went more into, and that's fine because it's a great educational program to listen to and to understand what this natural organic state is. And I'm glad all of you experienced it. I really am.
Well, it's hypnotist.com. You can follow him on Instagram at Hollywood Hypnotist Kevin Stone. Also on Twitter, HH Kevin Stone. You can find him there. Oh, one thing I did want, I'm sure Menace has a curiosity about too. So you worked with the teen moms, like Teen Mom OG.
I have.
On MTV. What
Nice.
what was the hypnosis there? To keep their legs together? Like when I snap my fingers, your legs will snap back together and you will try to be more
You'll
responsible
stop having babies.
from here on out. Is that how that works?
Almost. We
Almost.
Did,
All right.
we did,
No more.
we did the final MTV show all about hypnosis, and it was with the entire cast.
Yeah, they
And,
need it.
That
They
was
need
quite
it.
interesting to
Yeah.
watch that. It's up there on the YouTube. So check
Well,
it out.
Kevin,
Nice.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you coming by. All right, when I snap my fingers, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back.
Now, on the count of 3, folks, I'm going to lunge that fist into the air. You're going to yell as loud as you possibly can. I feel great. Because you look great, you did great, and your lives have now changed. Don't look for the change. It will happen, and you will know it. So here we go. Count of 3. Lunge in the air. I feel great as loud as you can. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I feel great.
Awesome. One more time. 1, 2, 3.
I feel great.
One more time, nice and loud.
I feel great.
You guys are awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause. Excellent. That's it. That's the process. You did awesome. All of you. You surprised me the most. I'm going to tell you this straight up. Because I know that filter and I know the defense mechanism. Right? Same here, my friend. Same here. How do you feel? Actually, we're going to save all this. I'm sure Wynn's got lots of great questions. Same thing I'm going to ask you. So great. Greg, you did fantastic. Don't overthink it.
I think I
Those
was.
suggestions will start taking place. Trust me.
Thank
Okay?
you.
Good. All right, Samuel,
you.
what are we doing? We're going
We're
back
heading
in?
back to the studio.
Let's go.
Awesome.
Moses, how you feeling, brother?